Welcome to the lab lecture for week 7. In lab, we're going to continue on with the semester project, and this week we're going to be working on mechanical and control descriptions. So this is typically a section 4 in an energy audit. Now, depending on the amount of equipment, the size of the building, the complexity of the control, these sections can be separated. So mechanical would be first, control would be second. So you'd have a section 4 mechanical, a section 5 control. This flexes depending on the size of the building. In this case, we have a smaller building with relatively simple mechanical equipment and even simpler control. So the two sections will be combined and talked about at the same time. Now, the section has the following areas. The first one, we try to describe what's there. So we put in equipment schedules, not unlike what you would find in a blueprint. Not as detailed, but similar in fashion. We would also have control schedules, a simple control schedule if it's a T-stat, more complex control schedule if it's a building automation system. We would put in equipment schedules for items other than HVAC type mechanical equipment. So any other type of equipment associated with mechanical, such as hot water heaters, ceiling fans. Now, we're not going outside of equipment, such as specialized equipment in areas such as Artworks has the kiln, fitness area has a tanning bed. Those will be included later on in the next section, so we don't put those in. We're still dealing with strict mechanical equipment. And then the final section is a zoning discussion. So what's an appropriate zone? And then we compare with the project building. Now, what I've done is at the end of your lab notes, I've included the notes from my discussion of proper zoning back in HVAC451-LabLec. So you're welcome to review proper zoning prior to having this discussion in this lab. So a basic equipment schedule, specifically for any air handling units in the building. We need some sort of tag name or ID that the unit is being given that will be consistent throughout the report. So when we talk about unit XYZ, everyone knows reading it what unit XYZ is. The next one would be unit location, specifically a space number where the unit's located. The area served. All space numbers served should be under this column. So every space number that this area served should be put in that particular column. The manufacturer, make, model. So if it's a York rooftop unit, you would put York. The make or model number, if it's handy. Then finally, the cooling capacity in tons, followed by the EER, and that typically can be looked up at the manufacturer's spec sheets, and the heating capacity and the efficiency, same thing there. On the control schedule, simple schedule is meant for T-stats. We're going to use a more complex schedule for building automation system or DDC systems. At its rudimentary phase, it needs a tag name. In other words, the unit that it's attached to its control or under its control. The sensor or T-stat location. The manufacturer of the T-stat or sensor model. Is it a heat only or cool only, or can it do both? What are the current heat and cool set points? And does it have scheduling capability? Document the scheduling for each day of the week that's different, if it's available. On a complex control system, we need a full point list we can get from the operator workstation. We need to get the override summary, as I discussed during the lectures for this week. You get from the operator workstation, and you should get a scheduling summary, which we also get from an operator workstation. Now, there's other things that we can derive sitting in front of the operator workstation. We can get set points, we can get setbacks, we can get runtime of the equipment. Sometimes BAS systems are attached to maintenance, preventative maintenance programs. We can get printouts of routine preventative maintenance. We can get alarm or error summaries to see if equipment are constantly going into alarm for whatever reason. So BAS systems, building automation systems, or DDC systems, are really a wonderful goldmine of information if you happen to have them. Now, other HVAC equipment. All other HVAC equipment needs to be listed. This would include boilers, chillers, cooling towers, other fans, exhaust, etc., pumps, depending on the size of the building. Again, basic information, tag name, area served, electrical information, capacity information. Finally, we have a discussion on zoning. All project zones must be looked at. First, relate what a zone is and what makes it ideal. So this we're writing in the report specifically to instruct the owner or whoever's reading the document. Second, we have to discuss each zone with respect to how a zone should be laid out. Discuss possible problems due to poor zoning. Now, this is the first area where we have to start being careful in writing up a document that we're not condescending. We're trying not to point fingers at the owner. We're trying not to get the owner upset about stuff. We simply state the facts. So we try to take a very neutral tack when writing things. This is what a proper zone is. This is what we found. This potentially could lead to wasted energy. When a system is misapplied to a zone, it's typically overrun or underrun to try to accomplish things that it was never meant to be able to accomplish. Other section information. If pictures of the units and controllers are available, they can be included. It's the old adage, pictures speak 1,000 words. All the sections really in any of the document, feel free to put pictures in. The condition of the existing equipment is discussed in the operational and maintenance section of the energy audit report. So at this point in time, we actually won't discuss the condition of the equipment or what we found on the inspection of the equipment, including getting all the preventative maintenance or unscheduled maintenance on the equipment that they have. That's a discussion saved for the recommendation area. Now in Lab 7, in this lab you'll fill out all of the equipment and control schedules for the project. Use the data found on the space input form. You also have detailed pictures this week of the mechanical equipment and sensors. You're then now this is going to be entirely up to you. You're going to analyze each zone for the project building and discuss. Like most other labs, it's in a form. Fill it out, save the file with your name in it, and attach it back to me for grading. So the trickiest part this week will be the zoning discussion. So I would take time to go back and review proper zoning and then look at what they're trying to accomplish at Artworks, our project that we're working on. I think you'll discover some interesting things. So I'm looking forward to reading everybody's analysis on the way Artworks is zoning their building against proper zoning technique. This ends Lab Lecture 7. When you're ready, you can proceed to Lab 7. Thank you.